Previously on...
Am I a Cupid or a god? Mother stood up.
Mother, it's not what you think. I swear, I'm not planning to see him again. I just wanted to make him happy. That's all.
If Rosa looked at Mother any longer, she thought her courage would dry up, so she quickly glanced at her feet.
I throw away the rose. I'll make sure you never see it again, so...
Oh! What the fu-
What? The blow came so fast. She never expected it. Suddenly she was on her knees, her skull throbbing in pain. What? Did you just bash it with the fucking crucifix on Rosa's head? Yo! Mom!
Rosa knocked on Guillime's door, carrying a tray of food. Hold on, wait. So, I left off where... Holy shit, so...
Is she gonna poison, straight up kill Guillime? Is this what's...
Wait, hold on. Maybe not. Maybe... Shit, I don't know. Man, after what the fuck happened, she might kill Gully. Maybe he does. I don't even know. Let's see how it goes, yeah. She has been poisoning his meal in small doses for weeks now.
What?
Taking note of any ill effects it yielded. Holy shit, really? There had been none. What? Guillime was as still fit and healthy as ever. No symptoms at all, even after she had increased the dosage. Either he hadn't eaten anything for a month, or he was immune to poison. Both possibilities were suspect. Rosa knocked again. There was no response for the other side of the door.
It may have worked.
It was not a total loss, however. She remembered Catherine mentioning how particular Guillime was with his sleep. Just as she had been about to give up, she had ventured on this hunch. It was true. Guillime was curiously, rather sensitive to sedatives. Rosa had offered rose tea to Guillime that afternoon, under the guise that she had made a new recipe. It had been laced with opium and valerian, sweetened with honey to mask the taste. Damn, girl, really? Whether or not it was the casting of Philia, he had drunk it without second thought. He had retired early that evening. Rosa noted the grogginess visible in his gait. She snuck the master key this evening. Tonight is her night.
You sure tonight's the night? We can wait another day, girl. Shit, I guess tonight is night. Okay.
Rosa pushed the door pushed the door to his room open.
I hear a heartbeat. What the fuck?
It took a couple of seconds for her eyes to adjust to the darkness. It felt like a different world inside this room. By closing the door, it was as if she had cut herself off from the living. Rosa took an unsure step once she found her bearings. She placed a tray of food on the nearest flat surface, careful not to make any noise. The candle she lit provided little comfort. It seemed to cower from the intimidating blanket of shadows. Rosa heaved. The air felt humid here, the atmosphere almost stale. Now that she was inside and venturing deeper, a sudden impulse to find the door gripped her. She looked back. It seemed farther away. Why was she so anxious? She had been in this room before. It was perfectly normal. Tonight, it was a different story. The room seemed to breathe. Rosa gulped. What a curious word. There was no other way to describe it, though. The flickering shadows made it seem like the walls were respiring around her. The room felt alive. It was asleep, like its owner, but alive. In the dim light of her candle, the red carpet looked like flesh. The furnishings were viscera. It didn't feel like she entered a room at all, but a belly. Something darted in the corner of her eye. Rosa snapped her head.
What is it?
Just a curtain. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Okay, it's just a curtain. Just a curtain, yeah. Rosa let out a breath she was holding in her chest, aware with every move her body made. She tiptoed towards the canopy. It was perhaps the highlights of the room. An organic monstrosity, of red plush and velvet. From afar, it didn't look like a bed at all, but a cage. If the room was a cavern of meat, then this was its heart. Rosa approached. Every muscle in her body was tense. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, heartbeat! She could see a figure sprawled on the bed, limbs sticking out clumsily.
Shit! So is this really gonna happen? Are you gonna stab this bitch? Girl, are you gonna stab him? Or are you gonna look at the diary? Which one? Anyway.
He was lying on his chest, back bare, clothes littering the floor. Guillime seemed to have fallen into the bed instead of climbing in. One of his arms stuck out from the mattress. His breath was fitful but slow, a light snore coming from him.
What was that?
Rosa looked around for the source of the noise, but the room was still. A slow trickle of sweat traced her spine. Did that come from the window?
She check.
Rosa didn't move. Something was in the room with her. She could feel it. She saw a glance at Guillime. He hadn't moved from the bed. Rosa's ears tried to pick up the faintest noise. It felt like hours of her staying frozen on that spot, wishing to blend with the darkness. But there was no one there. She had probably imagined it, yeah,
just imagination, girl, yeah.
She took a deep breath and calmed herself down. The sooner she was out of this room, the better. Philia's effect would diminish once the candle died. After that, she might not have another chance. She had to find out more about him tonight. The thought of her goal helped steel her nerves. Where should he begin? She took a step.
Who's there?
Rosa darted her head, looking for the source of the scattering noise. Her ears were too sensitive now. She heard every creak and moan in the room. She took a deep breath. Focus. Rosa surveyed everything. There was a book by Guillime's bedside table. It was only a couple of steps away. But she'd have to come dangerously close to the bed. As much as she could, she'd rather maintain the distance between her and the creature on the bed. Creature. Why did she think that? Perhaps it was the arrangement of the sheets or the shadows playing their tricks, but Rosa shook her head. Perhaps there was another place to look. We've come here to gather information, my child. You should check the book. Rosa sighed. Mother was right. She had to check every source to be sure. She inched herself closer to the bed. The faint candlelight indicated that the book on the bedside was read. It wasn't the journal she was seeing Guillime write in. Rosa tiptoed her way closer. Guillime's hand dangled more inches away. She reached her arms towards the book and swept it noiselessly.
That wasn't noiseless, girl!
Anyway, the candle almost went out with her sigh. Shit. She backed up from the bed with the book on her arm. Adrenaline surged in her blood. It almost made her smile. Rosa examined her prize. A book in a foreign language. Shit! She remembered seeing such thin, obscure characters somewhere. She wasn't sure which country, but it was probably Asian. She flipped the book and saw a piece of parchment folded on one of the pages. A sailing permit for a barge named La Victoria, dated for the end of the month, 2 days from now. It outlined the cargo and the purpose of the trip with no dates of return. Traveling? No. Leaving. Guillime was planning to leave. This was a suspicion she had since she had started observing him. His sudden aloofness with the town's affairs. Their secret purchase of a ship. The decrease of servants in his employ. Now, it was confirmed. It's just as well we found this. He must end it tonight. No, we must end it tonight before he has a chance to escape. Although, it was a good thing to confirm this suspicion. The fact helped her a little. If anything, it made it even more urgent to find something tonight. She had to continue. Rosa steadied herself and stepped back to the bed. Her hand finally brushed against the wood of the table after some quiet fumbling. She caught sight of something shiny inside the drawer. What? Open it, child. Rosa pulled the drawer open, ever so slightly. She peeked inside. Inside was an ornate dagger with a golden hilt, set in with rubies. An old, delicate pattern was carved on this or its blade. There was a heat emanating from it, almost like it was alive, like the rest of the room. She almost missed it in the dim light, but there was also a key in the same cabinet.
Okay.
Okay, take the dagger first or take the key first? Okay, hold on. Think. Okay. I guess we're killing him, right? Yeah, this is where it's going, yeah. Revenge. Not revenge, it's more like retribution. Wait, but didn't I choose judgment, though? Anyway, either way, yeah. We're doing this for justice, I believe. Yeah. But, okay. She said the dagger felt alive, right? Okay. I have a feeling that the dagger is kind of, maybe an ancient, some kind of mythical dagger that is, like, somehow, it's bound to, Guillime. So if I touch the dagger, I feel like he's gonna wake up. Now the key. So, the key, I feel like, I don't know where it leads to. Maybe it leads to some kind of like a fucked up dungeon or like a cave where Guillime hides his secrets or some shit. Yeah. So either way, we're both fucked. I feel like. What the shit? Okay, hold on, guys. For protection wise, I will take dagger. But I feel like he's gonna wake up if I take the dagger. Now the key will probably solve everything about Guillime. But if I take the key, I feel like I'm totally fucked. Shit. let's try to take the dagger first, right? Let's see what's gonna happen. No, it's gonna make a noise. It's gonna make a noise. So... fuck, key? Shit. Okay. He's trying to run away from all his shit, so, okay. Might as well take the dagger, right? Yeah. It might come in handy, child. Rosa closed her fingers around the dagger's hilt. A sudden feeling of repulsion came over her. She didn't want to hold the dagger any more than she wanted to hold a bloody human tooth. Yet, as Mother said, there might be use for it later. She extracted the dagger carefully from the drawer, keeping her eyes bouncing between her prize and the sleeping man. Finally, the dagger was in her hand. There was power in it. She could tell. The sleek blade glinted with a sinister wink. Rosa placed it in her pocket. Bull by the horns achievements. What? Guillime shifted. Okay, girl, calm down. Rosa blew the candle out. She scuttled behind a small table and barely hit her. Guillime had changed position in his sleep. Now his face was in full view of facing her direction. Oh God. Rosa's heart banged in her chest. I mean, damn. It was so loud. She was concerned the room might echo the sound and announce her intrusion. Rosa waited for a few minutes before moving. She decided to crouch down, holding the unlit candle close to her chest. Easy now. She shuffled away from the bed in relief. The candle was dead, but her eyes were now well adjusted to the darkness. She could make out a desk in the furthest part of the room. He must do most of his writing there. There is a huge chance the journal is near. It wasn't very dignifying, but Rosa decided to crawl towards it. Now that Guillime's face was in full view, a flutter of the eyelid was all it would take to catch her. It would be better to minimize her risks. She dropped to her knees and placed her palms on the floor. What? She drew her hand back. What? Was she imagining it? When her palms touched the floor, it felt warm. Wet. Her fingers were sucked into the floor as if she touched soft, pulpy flesh. The hallucination was so strong that her nose detected a spraying of iron in the air. Her stomach heaved. She rubbed her hand. There was no wetness or blood anywhere. The floor was solid. Shit! Oh my God! She's hallucinating as fuck! It must have been her imagination, yeah! Rosa touched the floor warily, patting it and pulling on the carpet fibers. Just a normal carpet. Alright. Rosa let out small breath as she started to move once more. She patted her way to the desk. Every time her skin came into contact with the floor, bile rose up her throat. It took some effort to resist the urge to gag. Finally, the desk was directly in front of her. She looked back at the bed. From this angle, it was hard to tell if Guillime had moved. She hoped that the big desk also hid her in its shadows. Rosa rummaged. There was no trace of the book on the tabletop. She only found a pot of ink, loose sheets of paper, and a quill. That damn thing had to be close. She opened the first shelf and found a stack of papers. Nothing. Okay. She shuffled through them, but the drawer didn't have the journal. Okay. She looked through the second drawer, and the third. There was nothing of interest. Damn it. Finally, she pulled on the last drawer. It was locked! It must be the key.
key must be the key!
Rosa sucked the air through her teeth.
Of course it's locked. How could I have been so stupid?
Rosa slumped in a depressed heap. Why don't you use that dagger to pry the drawer open, child?
Wait. Oh, hold on. Mom, what are you talking about? That's gonna make noise.
Rosa looked at the sharp dagger in her hand. The idea appealed to her more than returning to the bedside drawer to try the key she didn't take. She shivered. The thought of approaching the bed again made her stomach wind into a tight knot, I mean. She might have to try this first.
Rosa positioned the knife to pry open the lip of the drawer. Don't make noise, girl. The wood wasn't terribly thick. With a little more prying, she felt the wood gave under her force. Soon she heard a snap. The drawer slid open. Look at Guillime, girl!
Rosa looked inside. There it was. In her eyes, the green journal was a treasure. She lifted the book from the resting place. It was heavier than she expected. Rosa smiled. She ran her hand along the velvet cover of the book, savoring the texture. At last, she had it! But girl, look at Guillime! Child. Mother's voice was riddled with anxiety. What? Something is wrong.
You know shit, I mean, look at the fucking background, damn!
Her excitement had clouded her senses. Almost at once, she felt a change in the air. Everything was still. Her stomach shrunk into its cavity. Fresh sweat broke out on her scalp. The silence. It had weight. It pressed on her skin and made the air thin in her lungs. Rosa stood up. Another movement stirred the darkness.
Is Guillime gonna be there right behind you, girl? Oh my god, what the fuck is going on?
Were those footsteps? Rosa froze. She heard a sigh, a chuckle, a soft, amused whisper.
The creature achievement!
I spy with my little eyes. Her brain fired several commands all at once. Run! Duck! Hide! Go! Just get the fuck out! But her body was paralyzed by fear. Shit! Warm breath tickled her neck. She felt a hand reach out for her skin. Not skin, neck. Rosa turned. Okay. There was no one there. What? She scrambled from the floor, journal in hand. Her eyes focused on the rim of light bordering the door. She grabbed the knob and half expected it to be locked, but it turned. Yeah, and she dashed out the door in panic. Oh shit, panic, I mean. Rosa was sure that any second now, a hand would pull her back into the accursed room. A figure would be standing there, grinning for or from ear to ear. Little thief. She was so sure that the words almost materialized. I mean, damn. Nothing came. Alright. Nothing stirred. The room was simply dead. Okay. Rosa finally caught her breath. She urged herself to move. There was no time to linger. Okay, despite her, shake legs, she wanted to put as much distance between herself and that fucking room as possible. Rosa gathered her wits and stared at the journal in her hand. She hoped it would contain the information they needed. Oh shit! Chapter 6! Good intentions.
Okay. Alright, so, is this the next day?
In a warm, dim light of the library.
Yeah, it's the next day probably, or the following day? I can't tell, or maybe the same day. Anyway,
Rosa opened a journal's cover. Okay, you still have that dagger, right, girl?
yeah,
Alright. She wasn't too surprised to find that a number of entries were written in different tongues. The dates jumped from decades to decade. The writing spanned centuries. Centuries? Another suspicion validated. Guillime was not human.
Oh yeah, because of that wing and shit, yeah.
Or at least, he did not have a normal human lifespan. This discovery made Rosa search her mind for her date of birth. It distressed her that she could not remember. She shook her head and turned back to the journal. Despite the multitude of languages, the first entry was translated into several languages. For sentimental reasons, perhaps. Or maybe a feeble attempt at reminiscing a more innocent time. I am learning to write. Aelia give me paper. I like Aelia. She wants me to call her mother. She smells like oranges. She says I'm a gift from the goddess. But I don't know any goddesses. Aelia calls me Rai. I guess that is my name now. It is nice to have a name. The other preceding pages were still in a different language. Rosa flipped through the pages until she came upon one she could read. They call me Eros, a god, a divine. They don't understand what I am. They either built me statues or spit on my feet. I'm a muse, I'm a blight, a symbol, but I'm not the answer. It seems ironic, isn't it, that love craves love above all, that which I need, that which I am, poison me to the point that I am sick of its taste. May 6. I see it in the way people look at me, the way they act around me. Some would, of course, think of me as blessed. I have youth, health, and the gift of being loved. But found out that these gifts are cursed as well. My youth forces me to always wander. My looks guarantee that I will always stand out. And love? The very same urge that blesses me quickly turns rabid, yet I understand why. Oh, love. We all crave it, don't we? In the end, we are all drunk on the idea that only love could heal our brokenness. They all think I am this cure. But I keep hoping there might be something else besides this twisted sentiment. There must be, mustn't there? Rosa read the word and found them tugging her at her. Yeah, this was the same feeling she had for years. It almost seems like the words were her own. I know I am not supposed to be writing this. God, forgive me. I do not want to write it down. If I do, it will be the truth. Oh Lord, please, please forgive me. I didn't mean to do it. I just wanted to stop hurting. I am hiding now. I slashed my face and cut my hair so they would not recognize me. Pain is good. A penance. Oh Lord, please, if there is a God listening, please strike me down. Bad memories began to surface in Rosa's mind. Desperation. A cornered animal that fought back. It reminded her of her own sins. Her hands were drenched in red. And yet, here she was, planning to kill another man. This has been her goal all along, hasn't it? The same familiar guilt began to stir in her mind. She bit her lip. Rosa skipped some entries. Most of them were garbled, almost incomprehensible, I mean. They were written in an old ink, faded and unloved. Still, though, they were melancholic. They painted a picture of a man with sufficient black humor to keep sane. November 28th. The plague has confirmed my suspicion that I do not die from sickness. I don't know how to feel about that. Everyone is dead. But on the bright side, everyone is dead. 7th June 1489. For decades, I have searched for something in this life, and I am always disappointed by transience. What am I looking for? Meaning, hope, love, death, maybe. I can bleed. Wounds to the heart heal slower than the rest of my body. I think I may die if I wounded enough. I have tried that. There was a time when seeing myself bleed was the only reminder that I am not numb, yet my body does not form scars, no matter how many times I draw my knife. Like any sign of age or ugliness, they all fade. A wrinkle today, gone the next day, as if my body isn't even my own to brand. This is a shame. I want to mar my body so badly that anyone who sees me will flee, but I have tried that too. People are cruel when you are ugly. Why is that? Why do they feel the need to punish you simply because you're detestable? Perhaps because they can, or perhaps because it is easy to be cruel to those which do not belong. I don't belong. It would be nice to disappear one day.